How's it going, guys, and welcome back to my garage. But yes, once again, we are not at the garage. We are over here at the used car dealership, and I had a little bit of a look around and I found this beauty. So yeah, it's a very bright pink BMW E30, and it's got that custom engine in as well, the one created by the mod creator of the car. So yes, guys, this is going to be our next project vehicle that I'm going to be working on for you guys, the viewers, also to maybe try and buy it from me. We'll see. So far it has been very successful in buying and selling cars. So yeah, the reason why I actually went for this one is it's got a black interior, and it's also original color is black, which means this is going to be a black on black BMW. If we do decide to go with the original color, I haven't decided yet, but I think that is probably what we are going to be doing. We just need a new bench seat at the back by the looks of it to sort out the interior. Everything else still looks fairly good in here. We've got working windows. I haven't really checked all of them yet, but I think they all should probably work, because this is a used car. Yeah, everything seems to be in fairly decent working condition. We did try and fire it up beforehand, and it did start up, so yeah, I'm quite happy with this thing. It's sitting a little bit yeah, lean over to the left, but it's not a big problem. It's something that can easily be fixed with some new springs. And also we are going to be doing some new wheels and tires on this thing, and just make it look good. The engine seems to be running fairly good. I don't know if we should really dive into it, but yeah, I guess we'll see. So this is going to be our project for today. So we already got the paint booth open up as well, that we built in the last episode. And I also did a little bit of clean up in the garage and rearranging some stuff. So yeah, this puppy is going straight into the paint booth, and this is where it's going to be sitting until we sorted out the bodywork. I think we're going to start with bodywork. So yes, we did bring the material master palette over here as well. We've got the sandblaster, the little ladder, and the spray paint compressor there. We also have got all the paint cans, the bonder that we had, and the bag of sand that we picked up in the shop as well. Over here we've got all our building materials on top here. Yeah, some spare parts, and we've got the old engine out of our Elka Machino, aka Black Beauty as well. And yeah, this thing is looking very sharp, guys. I actually am very proud of it. It turned out quite nice. The only thing that I still need to do on this truck is replace the gas tank, but we still got a relatively full tank of gas in this thing. So we are going to go ahead and just drive it some more, and yeah, once we run out of fuel, well, close to running out of fuel, we'll replace the tank. As for the wagon over here, this thing is what I would say perfect at this stage. We've got all the 5 stars. We got rid of the rust that was bothering the living crap out of me on this A-pillar. So this thing is completely rust free now, and it is looking pretty sharp. So Cheeto is its name, and yeah, this is the Black Beauty V8, because in the last episode we did go ahead and build the 454 cubic inch V8, which it actually says on the side. So yeah, it kind of works out. And we've got our bed cap, and we also chromed the roof rack that goes on top of it. So yeah, guys, I'm actually quite happy with how this thing turned out. It's a bit of a demon, as our good friend Laszlo said. It's actually called the Black Demon now. So it's kind of a nickname upon a nickname, because it makes 888 horsepower, which is a little too much in my opinion for a shop truck, but it looks very good, and I think we'll just leave it like that and see how it goes. But yes, guys, without any further delays and me yapping on too much, we're going to grab our toolbox. Now, we don't have a lot of sand for the sandblaster, so we'll see. Maybe we can just pop this one bag in and see if it actually does the job. Because, yeah, I don't know if it's going to do exactly what we want it to do, but let's see. We'll get this fender sandblasted, and we'll start on this door. See how far we can get with this. Might have to pop the trim off for us to actually see if it makes a difference, but we'll see. Come on, sandblast that away. Yeah, this fender's got a crap ton of rust on it. Technically, the sandblaster in this game should actually, yeah, sandblast past the rust. But yeah, we're not getting the rust stars up. So once again, this is a modded car. I don't know if that is going to be something that we're going to be able to sort out. So if all else fails, I've got a plan. We're going to drive this thing over to Middletown and just get it painted over there. And just sort it out that way with the paint booth over there. I think we should make our money back in changing the color condition and also just by doing that. So it's a bit of a bummer that these modded cars don't always work with us in terms of rust removal, and yeah, sometimes even the color condition is a bit of an issue. So I think what we are going to do is we are going to do that. We're going to take this thing for a nice cruise down to Middletown, just get it de-rusted and painted. In terms of dents, you might have to check if there's any dents on this thing, but it looks kind of straight and decent. Don't think there's any, yeah, banged up parts or anything like that. And it actually comes with a tow bar, so yeah, it can actually tow a trailer if you really want to, straight off the bat. But okay, let's maybe check this. Alright, so apparently we've got about, yeah, 20 liters of gasoline. So I think it should be good. I'm just going to go ahead and fire this thing up, and we should make it over to Middletown. So I think let's take a nice Saturday cruise with this thing and just see if we can get the paint sorted. And then what we'll do is when we come back from the paint shop, we'll start tackling suspension and get that sorted out. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a chore for us, because I think this thing has got quite a bit of worn suspension part. It pulls to the left, to the right actually. I have to counter steer to the left, but okay. Let's make our way over to Middletown and I'll bring you guys back up to speed once we get there. Alrighty guys, so here we are over at the service center back in Middletown, and we're just going to pull it straight into the paint booth, and let's just get it turned off real quick. And how did we do on gas? We are still fine. Looks like yeah, it's still about 20 liters of fuel. Alright, let's just go ahead and turn it off again. Alright, so now what I need to do is we're going to change the color code to its original color. So it is, I think it's a 0, obviously, E070B. Alright, original color condition. Let's get this thing painted. Okay, that should do the trick. Let's see, there we go, she's all painted up, all rust free. So yeah, just like that guys, we already, yeah, more than doubled the value of this thing. So now the only thing that I'm going to go and do is strip all the suspension off. I don't think I'm going to get into this engine because I really wanted to have a look at the in-game i6R rather. So I think this one is a little bit hard to work on because it doesn't, I think the parts doesn't have yeah, worn texture. So it's going to make it a little bit hard for us. We're going to have to take the whole thing apart just to get to all of the parts. But yeah, I think she's looking much better already, just with the fresh paint job and the rust taken care of. So now we're gonna make our way back to the shop guys, and I'll bring you guys back once we get there. Alrighty guys, and we are back all the way from Middletown, and luckily no issues to report. The car was still running pretty good, and yeah, it's just been pulling to the right quite badly. So I think it's time for us to have a look at this suspension and see what is cooking under there. I can see a couple of broken springs from what I can tell. Okay, so let's get out of this thing. And we're gonna bang the door against the post and gonna make it part of the lift. There we go. Alright, so let's lift this thing up, guys. We're going to do a repair on the suspension, and hopefully that's going to sort this thing out, make it drive like it's supposed to. And then I think what we're going to do is see if we can find some new wheels, because the Steelies definitely isn't working for me. Okay, we might also replace the rear seat, because that is also a bit of an eyesore. Okay, let's go and grab our toolbox, which is all the way over here. So yeah, we ended up taking a bit of a shortcut with the paint job and the rust, but I think it's not too shabby, because we at least spent the money and we got the money back in value for this car. Alright, so there's our first rim. Tire doesn't look to be too bad, but we'll have to probably take it off if we really want to see the condition. Fortunately, the Steelies don't get damage, so unless if you bang it up completely. This tire also looks fairly decent, and so does the previous one we took off. So yeah, we've got 3 good tires at least. And the last one is a little bit bold. I don't think that is really the reason why this thing is pulling to the right, but yeah, it's most definitely those suspension springs, or the coil springs that are busted. Okay, so I think let's dive into this thing, guys. We're going to strip everything off here and just see what we can figure out. So I think let's start by doing brakes. Yeah, we'll start with the brakes. Take the calipers off, and I think everything on this thing is actually lad parts or Lada parts. So let's maybe set ourselves a minimum condition for this car. I think about 75% should be good. So if everything on this thing we put back on is at least 75% condition, it can go back on. So far the caliper and also the upper control arm is within that tolerance. Let's see what is cooking with this suspension or the shock absorber. Can we actually get to this bolt? Where the heck is it? There it is. Okay, so that'll also pop off, and we just loosen something else. What was that? Okay, that's the control arm. Seems to be good. This spring we're gonna replace then. We actually have got some springs over here, front springs, but those are stock springs, so we'll see if we're gonna stick with those. I don't know, still deciding what I'm gonna do. But yeah, everything actually so far looks fairly decent, apart from that spring, which is gonna be scrapped. Caliper, we might do new brake pads, so I think that shouldn't be a big issue. Alright, let's strip off this hub. The brake disc you can clearly see is a bit shot. Okay, the hub is also not up to standard, so we'll go ahead and replace all of that. You know what I should actually do, guys? Let's bring our Elcom Machino a bit closer, because then as we took the bad parts off this thing, we'll just chuck it straight into the bed of the truck. I think that'll work out a bit better for us. Oh, would you look at that? We've got 2 black cars in the shop now. But yeah, guys, I'm not planning on hanging on to the BMW. It's gonna be a flip vehicle. Now, did I have a comment in, I think it was the video before this one, where we worked on the rat. So there was a guy who commented. I'll put his name down, down there for you guys on screen. So he said that we should start having a look at trading vehicles with other players, seeing as we are already selling cars on Discord. So that gave us gave me a little bit of an idea of what I can do a little bit later down the line. So I was kind of thinking, guys, we really want to get ourselves a box truck for getting parts from the junkyard and so on and back and forth. And we can also tow a decent sized trailer with a box truck with the help of the mod from, I think it was in Nerly, the guy who made the trailers as well. So that is something that we'll have a look into. Maybe swapping the wagon over there, Cheeto, with a little bit of cash difference, obviously, for the rebuild of a box truck. Now, my good friend Laszlo reached out to me on Discord, and he actually had a truck that he found, an abandoned truck, and he was asking me 1,800 bucks for it. So I already sent the money over to him. So yeah, that is something that we already sent to him now, and we're just waiting for him to send it over to us, and then we'll get it out of the barn and start having a look at it as well. So I was planning on sending that truck maybe over to our good friend JD from Dactyl Gaming and let him sort it out for us. So that is going to be the trade then, guys. We're going to offer JD the wagon maybe with some cash, and also we'll send him the frame that we bought off Laszlo. And then we'll see if we can maybe cut a nice deal, because now that we've got our Elka Machino, or yeah, Black Beauty, we don't really need to have two cars just yet in the shop. So we'll try and get rid of Cheeto then, and to give that one to JD if he's going to be interested. I'm just kind of yeah, thinking out loud now, guys, because I don't really know if that's something that's going to be, yeah, realistically happening for us, but I guess we'll find out. Alright, but yes, let's continue focusing on this suspension on this thing. Right, so far we've got a bunch of parts that I'm going to have to replace. There's definitely quite a little bit more wear on some of these parts than I thought. The brake line isn't bad, so I'm not going to go ahead and chuck this yet. We'll just keep it around for another project vehicle. One that we just need to try and get running, but so far that looks good. The calipers both at the front look decent. We've got a good caliper for the front right and front left, which is good. It's going to save a bit of money. Okay, so this steering rack is off the lad. I think, yeah, everything on this thing is kind of based on the lad, suspension-wise at least. Alright, so that should come off. That's our hub carrier. So both the hub carriers are a bit shot. We've got a bad upper control arm on the front left. Let's see this lower one, if that is going to come off. Okay, so there it is. That is also not too bad. We still got decent upper control arm for the front right. Lower and lower one for the left. Got a not too bad coil spring. Yeah, I think we'll just put it over here. I don't know. We'll probably use the other ones rather that we've got over here. We do have got some good brake discs for the 4-lug, but I think we're going to do a 5-lug conversion on this car. That way we're going to be able to mount some different wheels, which I've actually got a mod that I wanted to check out with you guys for some wheels, BMW wheels. So we'll get into that once we get into that, I guess. So let's just continue with this suspension. Again, now we probably need to undo the engine mounts. Okay, there it is. That's our cross member, which is actually a little bit worn. Steering rack looks good, but let's see. 54%, so we'll go ahead and replace that. So just a quick recap of parts that we need. We need steering rack, both tie rods. We need the hub carriers and the front left upper control arm. And all of the parts that goes onto it there. Like the discs and the hubs. Okay, so that is front suspension completely stripped. And I think what we'll do is we'll also undo the main brake line. Okay, let's get into here. Let's undo the drive shaft first of all before we end up messing this up and getting this thing stuck. Okay, there it goes. Sometimes you can't grab these parts. Okay, so we need new drive shaft. We also need the new cross member, so we'll pop that into there. I might actually change the cross member to black as well, because yeah, that's going to look a little bit better, and it's going to match the rest of the parts with our material master. And for those of you who are wondering, the BMW E30 mod is available on Nexus, so it is a public mod, so anybody can go ahead and grab it. I think I'll put a link to that down in the description of the video. If you guys are watching this and you don't have this mod yet, and you are interested in, yeah, just doing a BMW E36 for yourself, there will be a link in the description of the video for that, so go ahead and check it out. The car actually has got two variants. It's got the 4-door, like the one we've got, and there's also a 2-door, which is one that you can also get with some different interior parts. So yeah, obviously it's got to have different interior parts. Okay, that caliper's a bit shot. Okay, let's come around this side. We'll start on this one. And that should actually free up the main brake line, which we can inspect. Yeah, it's 46%, so we'll get a new one of those. Alright, let's continue with this brake caliper over here. Let's see what this condition is. 95%. Okay, we'll check the brake line. 57. Yeah, that's a bit too worn. So I'm not going to reuse that. Okay, so we've got all the calipers except for the rear right, which we're going to get a new one then for. Alright, but let's continue. There's quite a bunch of stuff to strip off here. And as I said, this is all LAD parts, LADA parts for the rear suspension and the front suspension. So it's kind of good that it worked out that way, that everything fits the car. We're going to have to replace that. This little upper control arm thingy. Let's see. Yeah, that's still within the tolerance. And I think that one also. Okay, let's see what we've got over here on this side. Is this good or bad? That's bad, in my opinion. Okay, shock absorbers. That shock absorber is good. So it looks like we've got fairly decent shock absorbers on this car. And this might actually be the culprit why the car was pulling so badly to the right. And there goes everything. Okay, and yet another good shock absorber, guys. So, yeah, looks like this car had some decent shocks at least. This spring is good. We'll see. I might actually go with the adjustable once again, just to spice it up a bit. But yeah, this is our bad one, which is the culprit for the car pulling to the right, most probably. Handbrake cable. Let's see what this thing is like. Okay. Just for a second thought there, everything was going to be a bit possessed again. But okay, handbrake cable. I'm going to replace. Might have to grab the screwdriver for those discs. Right, undo that. Well, undo that. Okay, this one is shot, you could tell just by looking at it. This one is actually still good, so we'll pop it down here. And would you look at that, now we've got a full set of brake discs. And we've got a decent hub there still as well, but we are going to do the 5-lug conversion on this car. Okay, so that kind of works out, because now we've got a full set of 4-lug brake discs. That's just going to be kicking around the shop. And put you back there. Okay, let's see what this hub is like. What's the condition of the axle? The axle itself is good. Okay, so this isn't bad. We could hang on to that. We've still got a fairly good one there as well. Okay, but this hub over here needs to come out. It's quite a bit tired, so we'll replace that. Alright, now the big thing is going to be trying to remember what parts I need and what I don't need. Alright, that is just on the borderline of what we will accept on this car, condition-wise. Okay, so we could actually start putting that together again. Let's maybe check our exhaust, because this is a fairly custom exhaust for the engine. 79%. Let's also check the muffler. 52%. Okay, we'll get ourselves a decent muffler for the car. I think it's going to look a little bit better. Okay, so let's pop this back onto there. Right. Bolt it back down. Okay, so I think that is all the suspension parts stripped off, guys. So now it's going to be a matter of doing a little bit of shopping. Yeah, well, let's just get into it and see if I can actually buy all of the parts that I need. So we are going to go over to LAD for this. We're going to go suspension. All right, so we do have got that. We've got one good arm like that. And I think we've got one good arm like that. Okay, so let's do it like this. Because obviously that's going to be a bit of an issue now. Okay, so this side, same story. Okay, but we managed to get that on. Upper control arms, because this is where the axle itself is going to mount to. Don't know if I'm going to manage this. Get it bolted down while it's wiggling around like that. Can't really see the bolt, so that's the only issue here. Alright, let's take it down. Alright, that's a nice thing. You can actually move the lift arms if your car is kind of not on the ground completely yet with this lift. Just gotta be careful with it, otherwise you end up, yeah, like what I've done now is kind of let it fall down. Alright, we'll get it back under there. Get that back under there. Now can we push this thing over to that side a bit? Yeah, no, I didn't mean push it over. I mean like just shift it. Because that's about to end really bad. Alright, not ideal. Well, I think let's just go down all the freaking way and restart this. Alright, come on. Come on, we do not want to do any body damage to this car. And that is going horribly wrong. This feels like a Top Gear moment. Okay. I think if Top Gear ever had to have one of those TV shows where they show fails of cars falling off lifts and stuff, this would actually be kind of what it's like. Alright, this is going to be a bit of an issue. Okay. Didn't expect it to go this bad. Oh, crap. Okay. Alright. If you want to do it like that, let's do it like that then, I guess. Haven't heard a bang yet, so I think we're still good. Alright. Yeah, I'm definitely not good at this lift work today, guys. It's things just doesn't want to work out. But okay, we'll get it back in the end. Let's just push this thing kind of in the right direction. Yeah, onto the lift is the right direction at this stage. Okay, so now that we've got it there, it's going to be a bit of a pain to get it back up onto the arms. Where's my floor jack? Where did I put the floor jack now, guys? Okay, I see it. It's right under here. Okay. Jeez, that nearly turned into a freaking disaster. But okay. Okay, we'll lift up this side. We'll get that back into there. Can probably turn off the push mode now. Okay, now we need to lower it back down. Okay. Yeah, This is not going too great. Okay, let's put on the push mode again. Just move it over a tiny bit. Just a hair, as they would say. Okay, let's repeat this again on this side. I think we need to go and buy one of those other lifts. It might actually work a bit better for us. We'll see. I'll have to go and see if I can actually afford one of those, but yeah, we might be able to. Okay, are you going to cooperate now, car? Why does it look like it's so way off center now? Just go ahead and straighten this thing out a bit. Okay, there she is. Okay. Alright, well, now that the engine has been starved of its oil, as they say in BeamNG Drive, if you flip your car over, your engine is starved of oil. But yeah, luckily we weren't running it, so it should be fine. Okay, upper control on. And go back onto there. Right, we can put our rear axle back in now. Okay, zip it down, zip it down. Come on, where are you? I know you're there. And there you are, okay. So that is down, or bolted down. Where the freaking hell is the rear control arm? I could have sworn we had one that's still in decent condition. Did it maybe go? Nope, it's not there. Wait a second. Okay, so yeah, that is the broken one. Okay, let's go and get a new one for the rear. Okay, which we didn't have. We just need to buy the right cross member for the BMW E30, guys. Come to think of it now, that is the only part that is something different. Okay, so we'll go back to LAD suspension and do the rest. Okay, let's see this first of all, guys. I'm kind of jumping around now. Let's just put this back. Okay, so that is sorted. What else do we need to do? Okay, differential. Yeah, let's just focus on the rear for now. Okay, so that is good. Alright. Do we want to do these springs? Stock springs, because now we've got a full set of springs. Yeah, it kind of makes sense to use them. Okay, where's our spring compressor thing? Okay, we'll get these installed. Okay, grab this one. So it's going to be stock ride-height, which I think will still look good with the right set of wheels. Okay, what else is there for the rear? We've got the good shock absorbers. Might as well pop these back on. Zip you down and zip you down. Okay, other side. Okay, that is looking pretty golden. Okay, so let's get some brake discs and hubs. We're looking for the 5 lugs, and we're gonna have to buy the new brake discs, a new handbrake cable, and we'll get some new brake pads. I can't recall how many good brake lines we've got, but we'll sort that out in just a bit. Okay, so let's see what we can grab to our backpack over here. Okay, now this is probably going to be, yeah, okay, it seems to be working out. Okay, let's bolt down the handbrake cable. Hub rear, okay. Shouldn't have any more issues from here on out, hopefully. Alright, so there we go. 5 lug hub conversion successful. Just put these bad boys on as well. Come on. Let's go, let's go. There we go. Alright, so let's screw these oaks down. Zip. And zip on that side. Okay. Brake pads needs to be replaced in the rear calipers. Okay, we still need the rear right caliper, and we've got one good brake line over there. Okay, so we just need 3 brake lines, and we'll get the rear right caliper real quick. Alright, come on. Brakes. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll need this one. We also need that. Might as well grab it while we are here. Okay, so let's get this all put together. Alrighty, where's the rear right? This one. Put you onto there. Rear left, we'll put you onto there. No, okay, well, whatever. Doesn't really matter. I guess they all need to have new hoses on anyway. Okay, let me just tighten this one down as well before I forget. Okay, and then we need lip right tool. Pop all of these out. That one's brand new. Doesn't have any pads in it. Okay, so then we'll pop that back into there. Okay, so there's our brake calipers. We've got our new rear brake pads. I'll just make sure I put the freaking right ones in. 100%. Okay, that's one. 100%. Perfect. Okay, that's brake calipers sorted. Rear right. Let's get you onto there. And we'll zip it down. And we'll grab the other one for the left. We'll come and zip this down as well. Alrighty, just like that. And then we'll get our main brake line back in. Alright, and zip and zip. And we'll go to the front. And we'll just zip that down again. Okay, so yeah, everything kind of, sort of wants to work out here, guys. I can't do this yet. Okay, so let's go and do this real quick. We need this cross member to go onto the material master palette here. And we're going to change this to... I don't know what color is going to match the rest of the suspension. Maybe 30, 30, 30. Meh, close enough. Close enough. Absolutely close enough. Not perfect, but it's close. Okay. And we're flashing that new wrench that we've got. Fancy one with the blue grip handle. So yeah, I'm quite happy I managed to get that. Because our Elka Machino, I wonder if the tools actually stay there. I think some of them actually, yeah, saving and reloading the game actually let your freaking tools fall out of their place here. Where the heck is the pry tool now? It is here somewhere. I can see it. So yeah, guys, those things don't stick around when you save and reload your game. You have to, every time when you load back in, put them back into place. Yeah, so okay. Let's continue with this. We still need to buy a bunch of parts, so let's just put on what we have. Okay, did I tighten? No, I didn't tighten that up yet. Okay. See, that's what happens if you get distracted or you distract yourself with something else. Okay, so we need the upper one for the left. We need both hub carriers and hubs and all that stuff that goes with it. Okay, so we need brake pads. Okay, we'll get some fresh brake pads. Okay, let me see if I've got this. Okay, so we need to go and grab some brake pads. We'll grab the 2 front brake discs. Then we have to go back to suspension. Okay, so front. We still need the drive shaft. Let's not forget that. Front left, front right. Alright, we need the front left upper control arm. We need steering rack, tie rods, that. We need the 2 front hubs. I think that's all. Let's see. Okay, let's grab all of this stuff into our backpack. And yeah, the 5 lug hubs for some reason doesn't go in your backpack. So yeah, just a quick note on that. Okay, drive shaft that goes through the exhaust a bit. We'll put it on. Yeah, that is going to work. That is definitely safe. Okay, tie rod. No, tie rods. Upper control arms. Well, just dump everything there for now. Okay, so yeah, these things don't want to go in the backpack for some reason. I don't know why. Could be a bug. Well, not really a bug. It's just something that hasn't been developed yet. We'll call it that. Okay, and there goes the steering rod back into place. And we'll just zip it down. And why the heck is it still moving? Why did we screw down something else then? Okay, so something else was probably loose over there. Let's get our engine mounts back down. Where the heck is the other one? Come on. Why can't we get to the other engine mount yet? Can't really see it. It's got to be here somewhere. Screw it. No clip it. Oh, it's already tightened down. Okay. Alright, now that we've had that situation sorted, let's continue with our suspension. I'm so easily distracted with other things sometimes. And kind of forget to get to the point of what I was busy with, but okay. Can you bolt down for crying out loud? Okay, let's do this one. Zip it down. Okay, now we need to do these thingamabobbies. Put them onto there, apparently. Zip you down and zip you down. I think we really should buy ourselves a Mustang as well at some point, guys. I want to dig into one of those a bit more. See if we can maybe even get a junkyard one. That'll be great. So then we can kind of build it from the ground up and see what that mod is all about. Because I think it's actually a pretty well-made mod. Don't get me wrong. This is also a pretty well-made mod, guys. The E30 BMW is also great. It's the same creator that made the Rat, for those of you who don't know. The base game Rat. So, yeah, that was actually originally a mod in the game. Where's our brake pads? Or a mod for the game. And the developer decided to put it into the base game for us. So hence we have the Rat. Obviously it can't have all of the BMW logos and stuff due to yeah, manufacturer copyright and stuff like that. Yes, I did. Okay. It's just checking if I did the brake discs, bolted them down or screwed them down. Did we? Yes. Okay. Alright, brake caliper goes back on. This one can go back on as well. Alright, zip you down. Zip you down, zip you down. Okay, so now the last two things that I need to do from here. Okay, well, last four things. Shock absorbers and springs. Okay, so there's our one spring. Let's get our other spring into there. That is looking good, looking very good. Okay, come on, get down there. Okay. And now we need our shock absorbers. They go into there. Bolt you down. Where's this? Come on. It's got to be here somewhere. We just got to hit the sweet spot. There we go. Okay, and on this one, I'll get it bolted down underneath first. It's probably that side. Okay, and then we'll aim at the top of it, and I think that is now suspension done. Okay, so yeah, I don't really know if we should hang on to any of these. That's scrap, that's scrap. That's 60%, 80% can maybe stick around. That's bad, and that's 94%. So we'll hang on to the really good parts. Just for now. I don't know, we could always get rid of it later on. Okay, we'll put that in the back of the Alchemachino. Come on, will you close up? Is that closed now? Is it gonna... Okay, it's closed. Okay. Alrighty guys, so now all I need to do is get a set of wheels for this thing. And then we should be golden. It looks kind of good. Okay, we still need to buy the muffler. Okay, so let's get ourselves a nice muffler. Now, I've got no idea exactly under what vehicle that will show up. But I do know that there are some mufflers available for this thing. Muffler. Let's type it in bold capital letters. Alright, let's go all cars. Yeah, this might take a while. Muffler. Alright, muffler. Okay, so these are the mufflers for the BMW. Muffler M3. Muffler Hearts. Muffler Twin R. Muffler Twin S. That's the original one. Let's go with the muffler flat and see what that looks like. Yeah, I think let's do the muffler flat on this bad boy. There we go. Alright, that's a nice big fat exhaust pipe. It's not the biggest, but it's bigger than what was on here. Why does it look like that thing is angled weird? I don't know. That probably works. It looks good enough. Okay, now, as for the wheels, guys, I've got no idea if these are going to fit the car very well, because I think these were actually meant for the E36, which is a little bit bigger. I'm just trying to find it on this list, because I've got a crap ton of mods of note, guys. There's a whole bunch of mods on my game. It's not this. Okay, I think it's this. Outs wheel pack. Outs BMW wheel pack. Okay, so let's go into that. We need to go, obviously, to find the wheels somewhere. Okay. So we've got a couple of options here. And I think since this is a classic BMW, those will actually look very nice. The Alpina ones. But let's look for something else, maybe. We'll decide. So I want to get something that's going to be meant for a more modern BMW. We do need to buy these specific tires. And now we might have a little bit of a money issue. Okay, so yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards these. The Alpinas. Make up your mind, Funcle. Okay, well, these are a bit cheaper, and those fine spokes might also look good on this car. Can we afford 4 of these? No, we cannot. We can afford 2 of those. Okay, so let's grab 2 of these. My goodness, those are big wheels. I just hope they're going to fit our arches, guys. I don't know if it's gonna look weird or what, but okay. Alright, we'll put on this tire. Yeah, that actually looks pretty dang mean. Alright, so apparently 2.3 bar, was it? Yeah, I don't know. I can't recall, but we'll do 2.3 bar. Where's the actual... Okay, there's the actual valve stem. That one is just for looks. We'll do 2.2 bar pressure, which is about... Yeah, I don't know. But man, look at that, guys. That is going to look super snazzy, super sexy on this car. We might have to tint the windows as well, but I'll see. Where did I put the... Yeah, of course. The wrench is somewhere always, you know. It's always somewhere. My goodness, those wheels actually fit the car barely, but it fits. Kind of fits. Okay, so we could also get rid of the other wheels. Get a little bit of money back. So the plan is I'm going to try and sell this thing over the weekend, guys. And hopefully get it sold to somebody. And then we'll make a little bit of money. The engine, I'm hoping the engine will be okay, because I'm not going to get into the engine as well. This kind of has to become a quick flip as well. Okay, now we need to try and make some moolah in order to buy the rest of the rims that we need. So let's grab all of these. Okay, we'll pop them into the El Camachino. yeah, see, we've got all kinds of crap that we can sell once we start running low on money. But yeah, guys, obviously, if I don't get the car sold over the weekend, I'll just sell this thing over to the game. Because, I mean, yeah, it's already 30 grand worth. So, yeah, if nobody's interested over the weekend, we'll just on Monday when the recordings, or on Tuesday when I continue recordings, I'll just sell it onto the game. If I don't get it sold, guys, that is my motto for this. If you want it, you want it. If you don't want it, then yeah, well, bye-bye. It's gonna go to somebody else. Well, to the game then. But I'm sure somebody will be interested, because so far all my cars have actually sold quite quickly. And yeah, this thing is still a little bit too powerful. Alright, now, moment of truth. Is our tools going to stay put if we hit the button for the... Jeez, that was loud. Okay, yeah. Looks like our tools does stay put. Crap, we don't have enough money yet. Okay. Might have to end up selling that gearbox as well that we've got, guys. Because it's anyway a bit worn, so might as well get rid of it. Yeah, this thing, it's a little bit too powerful, guys. I'm not sure. Maybe drop some comments down below, guys, if you think we should detune the Elko Machino's engine a bit. Because yeah, I've been contemplating and wondering if I should. So maybe we get rid of all the HP parts internally. So that means taking the whole engine apart and just putting in some stock versions. And also the camshaft, that's a HP, we'll swap it out for a stock one. But okay. Business at hand. We need to get... Oh, we could probably grab this hub. This hub still came off the rat. Okay, so let's get rid of these as well. Hopefully this is going to give us enough moolah to buy our wheels for the BMW. Once again, we're cutting it a bit close with money. But okay, now we should have enough money for the other two wheels. So let's go ahead and buy those. Alrighty, just walk back into the shop here. And there we go. Okay, so now we can afford the other two wheels, which are these ones. 345. Not too bad at all. Okay, so now we need to get them mounted. Mount that over there. Okay. Zip that up. Okay. Let's go around to the other side. Put it on there. Grab our wrench. Bolt it down. Yeah, I actually think these are good looking wheels. Alright, so yeah, if anybody's wondering, these wheels are actually a mod that's also available on Spasman's Discord. There's a link to Spasman's Discord down in the description, guys. You're just going to have to copy and paste it into your Discord if you wanted to grab that for yourself. So yeah, it is public. It is available for everybody. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. Right, let's just air up these last two tires, and then I think we can maybe see if we can go and get some window tint done. I think we've got enough time to do that still in this episode. Okay, 2.3 bars, and where the heck? Okay, there's the last one. I was wondering, should we do a spoiler as well on this car? I don't know, this kind of looks like a yeah, very South African style, because yeah, as you guys know, I am South African, hence the accent, because my primary language is actually Afrikaans, which is a South African language. So yeah, guys, so a lot of people who, they don't call it drifting here in South Africa, they call it spinning. And crap, that thing is gonna roll back too far. Okay, we need to still buy the back seat. So they call it spinning, and they do, it's basically drifting, guys. But what they would do is they would have a BMW just like this, They will slap some old steelies at the back with worn tires, and they'll do like donuts and burnouts and yeah, drifting and just go all sorts of crazy with it. I wonder if that back seat is actually held down with bolts. Yeah, it is. Okay. Because I thought they might be screws, but okay, we need to replace the back seat at least. Because that looks bad. Okay, might as well get rid of this at the thingy-majingy over here as well. So yeah, guys, the BMW E30 is actually still very popular in South Africa for spinning and drifting and all of that nice things that they do over there. So yeah, there was actually a TV series on Netflix called Hyperdrive. Yeah, Hyperdrive. So if you guys are familiar with the show, there is one of the competitors, also, I think it's a lady who actually does the spinning, and she's got one of these E30 BMWs as well that she uses. So yeah, just something nice to maybe go and have a look at if you guys are interested in that kind of thing. We're not going to be able to afford a freaking spoiler for this thing, but we do need to see if we can get the back seat at least. Rear seat, I think that's the one. Okay, so let's get this back seat installed, and then the only thing I'm gonna do to this car still is tint the windows, and then she's going to be perfect. Well, not perfect, but good enough, guys. So how many rolls of tint would we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 windows to tint. So we've got 2 rolls of tint needed. So we still got this one. Okay, so we might actually make it. So let's see. 4, and that's 5. Okay. And then we've got another little roll here, which might not be enough. We'll see. Hopefully it is. Because we need to tint this one. And crap, we're going to have to go buy one more roll of tint for this. Damn, that's just a bummer. But that's okay now. At least I can take you guys for a last little cruise in this thing. Should we remove the tow bar? Yes, we should remove the tow bar. It looks out of place on this car. Yeah, it looks kind of out of place, so that is going to come off. What's the condition of this? 51% anyway, so yeah, just going to take it off. Alright, let's go for a little bit of a cruise over to the shop. We're just going to, yeah, let's close all of the freaking windows, because we can actually see them. Yeah, the windows keep rolling for days. But I don't think they actually move any further. Okay, that one is closed. Come on, almost closed. Although saving and reloading the game will close your windows, because yeah, the location of the windows don't save. Or the state of the windows, whatever you'd like to call it. See, there's my South African not knowing English well coming in again. But okay, there we go, guys. So she fired right up. And this thing looks quite mean with these wheels. And they actually fit the car quite decently. I didn't think they were going to look so good on this. But yeah, there we go. Okay, let's just bring our camera back. Yeah, these tires have got a little bit of a wear look to it. But now she definitely runs and drives straight. Quite happy how this thing turned out, guys. Alright, come on, let's pull into the shop over here. Whoa, that was a bit of a lag spike. Probably something that loaded in. Okay, so we are here for one roll of window tint.
Do you deliver pizzas occasionally? If you do, could you bring me one next time, please?
How would that work? If I were to bring one of the pizzas to you, then the customers won't get their pizza. Okay, guys, there we go. Last window tinted. Now, I think this thing is now ready to be put in a barn and shipped over to its new owner if somebody's going to be interested in it. If not, we are going to sell it to the game. It's worth $31,085.07. It's got 485,143 kilometers on the odometer. It's a black on black OG colors, and this thing looks good, guys. I think it looks good. It looks really good. Alright, let's just close up this window as well. There's maybe one more thing that we could have done, and that is maybe replace the stereo, because the stereo looks a little bit not really out of place, but I think the wolf one would look a little bit better in here. But I don't know. I don't think we're going to bother with that, guys. And yeah, I see we have reached our 1 hour mark for this episode, guys. So yeah, I think this is going to be where we end it. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is we're going to take this one back to the workshop. I'm going to take some nice pictures with our fancy camera that we've got. And yeah, those are going to be the pictures that we use for the thumbnail, as well as maybe even the ones that I'm going to use for selling this thing, guys. So yeah, there we go. I think let's park it around the back here. I didn't even check if all the lights work, but yeah, I'm not going to be bothered with that too much. Gotta leave something to do for the new owner, guys, because we're kind of a used car shop here. We buy used cars, we fix them up a bit, we flip them, we make a little bit of money. That's our kind of our money-making method here. But okay, guys, that is going to be it from my side for today. So thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate every view, every like. And also, guys, I had to ask, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please consider doing so. I will appreciate it very much. But yes, I will see you all in the next one.